Hi, I'm Mary Crowley, and this is Mostly Arts. Today I have as my guest Jen Rondinone, who is an artist. Jen is going to share with us part of her life story and how she got into the arts. So welcome.
Thank you.
And why don't you tell
Happy to
us
be here.
What your mother told you when you said you wanted to be an artist?
I got a big old fight, and she did not want a starving artist for a daughter.
Right.
So
And
I ended up going into graphic design. When I was a graphic designer for almost 20 years until my mid-30s when my health deteriorated and I couldn't work anymore. And then I was a stay-at-home mom for about 6 years after that, and then my ex walked out, which is the best thing that ever happened.
All right. So your marriage ended.
Yes.
And that's when you started to do art, or had you started before?
I mean, I'd always been creative. I've always,
Okay.
Crocheted, done fiber arts,
Okay.
cross-stitched, some watercolor, but I had never really delved into painting.
Okay. But once your marriage was over, you
Yeah.
did the hangers, for instance.
I did, yes. I just got frustrated and I needed an outlet, and so I just started, I call it visual journaling, and so I painted the closet. And this was after my ex moved out. I purged the house. I went through every single closet, cabinet, you name it, and pulled out anything that he purchased or wasn't, or was his or whatever. And after I had cleaned out my closet of everything that he purchased, that was what was left, like
All right.
3 pieces of clothing. And it was such a, and so it was just such a gut punch realizing, oh my God, I wasn't even picking out my own clothes.
Okay.
It was, yeah. And
All right. And so you said something about visual purging.
visual journaling.
Right.
Yeah, but, a lot of people have a journal, so when they're upset, or they are trying to work through something, they can write it down.
Right.
And I'm just not really good with words, but my mind makes these images. So, like, for instance, this one was about PTSD. And
All right.
at the time, I was having a lot of panic attacks, and I felt like the dominoes could just be pushed down at any moment. I felt like I'm always trying to...
I can see you
trying to run away, trying to stay ahead of it. Yeah.
You also did a heart.
Yes, I did a heart.
With various writing on it.
And that one's called the Love Bomb. And so it's a giant, it's kind of a heart, kind of a bomb. And there's a term called love bombing, and it's a tactic that abusers use. And they'll shower you with gifts and attention and all of this, and it's called love bombing because they're throwing it at you all at once. And a lot of times it's like extravagant gifts or over the top. And it'll be also phrases and things like that, like, wow, I've never met anybody like you before.
Was your ex-husband in the habit of love bombing you?
Oh, very much so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and so that's where that came from.
Where did you go to college?
I went to Savannah College of Art and Design.
Okay.
And then I transferred to UNCG in North Carolina.
All right. And why did you transfer?
There was a lot going on in my life, and I had a job in North Carolina, and so it was, and it was a job in graphic design. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Were you happy doing graphic design?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my passion, but it paid the bills, and it was a good job, and I was good at it. I didn't hate it, but I just wasn't in love with it.
Okay. Now, at some point, you went from North Carolina to California?
Yes, with my first husband.
Okay, all right.
Yep, looking for a change of scenery, and his family was from California,
Okay.
so we moved out there.
And how did you find California?
I hated it.
Oh, really?
I lived in the high desert, and I am not a desert girl.
Okay.
I need green.
And you grew up in New Hampshire, you told me.
Yes, I did.
All right. So that was more comfortable than the desert.
Oh, yeah. So, like, moving to Vermont, it was just like coming back home for me.
Okay. All right. All right. You have done some other works that you did as a result of the dissolution of the marriage. The trucks.
Yeah, the trucks. That was, I call it triggered because, again, at the time I was having constant panic attacks. And I was having panic attacks every time I would see a vehicle that even looked like his. It could be a similar model, or it could be, but if it looked like it, just immediately my heart would start racing, and and I would get have an absolute
Yeah, and that
panic
red
attack.
line at the bottom.
Yeah, that was to indicate my heart racing.
Right.
And if you look closely at the images, they're not actually his vehicle, and there's signs on each of them that
Right.
like scared you, didn't I? Because that's how it felt to me at the time.
Right. Did that carry on for years?
No, that lasted for at least a good 2-3 years after
Okay,
he left
all
before
right.
I was finally able to really get that under control.
Were you in California then?
No, this all happened right after we moved here.
Okay, all right. All right. And were you near family then? Do you have family in New Hampshire now?
I do have some, but we're not close. And
Okay.
then my cousin who used to live up here, I have a couple there, but then one moved to Myrtle Beach, so we don't get
Okay.
to see each other so much.
And just to mention, you have 4 daughters.
I do, yes.
Ages?
Almost 26, 23, 14, and about to turn 9.
Okay. 9 years old. That's a nice age, isn't it?
Yes, oh my gosh, they're amazing.
9.
Keeps me
Is that
busy.
4th grade? 4th grade?
Third grade, close.
3rd
Yep,
grade, yeah.
yep.
Yeah, 3rd graders are very special.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
something else.
Oh, good.
That's
All right.
her right there, actually, in her little dance outfit.
All right. And this piece is not just a painting. Want to describe what you did?
No, that's also, so I went and got some tulle that matched her costume that year, and there's a little bit of crochet. I crocheted the band and sewed it all on there so that her costume is, 3-dimensional.
Right. And if you just look at a photograph of this, you don't realize.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, right. But it's precious.
Thank you.
And have you done paintings of your other children too, or not?
Paintings, sketches, drawings, all kinds of stuff. yeah.
Okay. All right. Then you got into some really different kinds of art, such as hanging flowers.
Yeah.
What did you do?
So those were individual little flowers. I just painted the blossom, and then they each were on a separate small canvas, and then I used macrame and different fiber arts to attach them all together and hung them from a live branch. And there's a whole mix of flowers in there, but a lot of them are what I think many people would consider weed flowers.
Okay.
But like a radish flower, or
Okay.
different straw flower, different ones you find in your people don't want in their clover flowers, and there's
Okay.
And because to me, they all have beauty.
Absolutely. I have a lot of violets.
I don't have any
growing
weeds,
in my
except
grass.
for the pokey ones. That's it.
But the hanging flowers, that is a different way of presenting painting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, squares of canvas.
I did an entire series of it. In addition to doing the one large piece that has them all on there, I also did probably about 30 smaller ones that were just
Right.
individual
Right.
little flowers.
Yeah, I can remember
hanging.
seeing them at the Chaffee.
Yeah.
And just to mention, the Chaffee Art Center is the reason that I know about you.
Yes.
Because I've seen your art there quite a number of years. And this last exhibit, I noticed you had 3 fairly large, a horizontal format, full of detail.
Yes.
And a friend and I just looked and looked and looked at the 3 large paintings and liked them so very, very much.
Oh, thank you. Well, I hope everybody has a chance to pop over to the Chaffee and take a look at them in person before they come down.
And that may not be possible. I'm not sure when this is going to air.
Oh, apologies.
Right. So we'll see. Maybe it will air and the miniatures show will still be on. You did a sculpture.
Yes.
Tell us about the
Stained
sculpture,
glass.
what the meaning is, how you did it.
So early on, before I started painting, like after my ex had left, I knew I wanted to do something creative, and I had actually been looking for a pottery class, and I didn't find one, but I found a stained glass class.
Okay.
So
Okay. All
I'm
right.
like, all right, I'm
That's
going to take this. Just
All right.
I just wanted to learn something new. So I took that class, and and I did a number of flat pieces, throughout the years. And then I decided I wanted to try something three-dimensional. So that one is the Phoenix, and it has 5, I don't know, fronds. I'm not exactly sure what to call them, but they all like have spiky little feathers on them. And it was about rebirth. It was about discovering who I was post-divorce. And
the colors.
yeah, they go from like a dark purples, and they
Right.
go all the way up through the rainbow to the fire at the top.
Right, yeah. Sort of you're getting free of whatever was bothering you. Yeah, and it is lit inside.
It is lit. Yep.
Yeah.
It is. It's wired with LED lights all through it, so that
It's
you can
striking.
light it up.
It really
Thank
is.
you. It's almost 5 feet tall too, so it's
Yeah, it's good size. All right. You have a drawing, essentially, a self-portrait.
Yes.
With just a few lines. And what is that about?
I was having a bad day.
Okay. Yeah, the scent of your mouth suggested that you were having.
I was having it. I've had 4 facial surgeries in the last several years, and I was just having a day. So I'm like, I'm just gonna draw how I feel.
Well, and just with a few lines, you were able to convey that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Also, you became a part of the Bench Project.
Did,
in Rutland City.
The street art project that was with the Chaffee. Yeah, that was so much fun. That was really fabulous.
And tell us about that, about what you did.
Yeah, so the painting or the bench that I painted, it's made to look like stained glass.
Right.
So if you look even where the posts are in the back, it's a little bit darker there, so it kind of looks like you are looking through it. And there's 2 butterflies on there. There's one that's a stained glass butterfly.
Right.
That was one of the first projects that I did.
Okay.
Then I made it for my daughter. And then on the right-hand side, there's a more realistic looking butterfly
Right.
because I imagined that this butterfly thought it was so pretty, it just had to stop and land on it.
Right. And of course, it's the Vermont red clover.
Yes, yep,
Right.
the Vermont red clover, because it's a state flower.
And interesting that you decided to do a stained glass kind of background.
I think I was just, I had been doing a lot of stained glass
Right,
work at the
so-
time, and I think I was
right.
just feeling inspired by that.
Do you know where the bench is now?
I am actually currently repainting it because it got damaged, so it's at the Chaffee.
Okay. And
But it
where
should be
will
done.
it go back at the Chaffee?
I'm not 100% sure where it's
Okay.
going to be placed,
All right.
so I hesitate to say.
But that was a great project.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You did a painting of a house.
Oh, a little pencil sketch, because, or no, that was, I think, a watercolor sketch.
Right.
Yeah, just sitting on my front porch one afternoon, and my neighbor's house just looked so lovely, so I decided to paint it.
And that's sort of pen and ink and watercolor wash.
It was, I think I'd been watching somebody on YouTube who did this technique, and I just wanted to try it out. And the way you did it, you paint the color very loosely first, and then you go back in and put the lines in on top of it. And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
And it's lovely. It's
Thank
just
you.
You are fearless. I mean, you're not afraid to try something new.
I am not.
No, which is great. So you can continue to develop year after year.
I hope to.
Well, you are.
Started playing with impasto lately, so that's my newest.
All right, tell us about that.
So impasto is when you build up the paint, so it's more of a three-dimensional feeling to it, and you can really do a lot to build with the texture on that. Okay.
And so this is new to you?
It is, yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'll watch for it at the Chaffee.
That's right.
You did a beaded picture.
I did.
Right? Tell us about the eye and the monarch.
Yeah,
which is
that
right
one's
here.
Yep. It's that one is all seed beads. I want to say that one has about 30,000 beads in it.
30,000.
As a testament to my patients, that's actually the third version of it, and I had to rip the first two apart because I didn't realize. I I was very ill at the time, and I couldn't get up and walk around much, so I was very sedentary, so it gave me something creative to do while I was, sitting down. And the first time I did it, I had run it through essentially like a cross-stitch pattern to create the pattern of what I had drawn. But I didn't take into consideration that the beads are taller than they are wider. So I got through like a strip and a half, and I realized it was all stretched out. So I had to tear it out and start over. But lesson learned.
Did you compose the picture as you went along, or did you have a drawing that you followed?
No, that was all pre-planned. So I used actually multiple images to create that, and then I did it on my tablet. And then after I have my plan, what I'm going to do, then I squash it in one direction, and then I run it through like a cross stitch software, and then that turns it into a pattern that I can then translate into the beads. Okay,
so you can do that because of your digital arts background?
Yes, definitely. The graphic design clearly has inspired and influenced a lot of my work, and I definitely learned a lot. I don't know that I would have been able to navigate all of those complications without my background.
Okay, you mentioned Savannah College of Art and Design.
Yes.
And when I taught art at Rutland High School, a man came from Savannah College of Art and Design, and he was so persuasive. I wanted to go there.
Oh, you know what?
I mean, was it a good school?
I could go back there today. Like, I have no desire to go back to school, but I would definitely go back there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, everything there is geared around art and artists. Even the math classes were about art.
All right.
Yeah, it was a wonderful experience.
All right. And why did you show just your eye? And why the monarch butterfly?
So that one, it was unseen. I was having a lot of health struggles at the time, as I mentioned, and I was not able to get the care that I need, and I felt like I wasn't being listened to.
Okay.
So it was frustration.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Your face was blotted out except for the one eye.
Yeah, because I didn't feel like I was being heard or seen.
Right. But why the monarch butterfly?
I'm not 100% sure I remember why I put that in there.
To me, the monarch is a sign of hope.
And it could be that's what I'm thinking. I put butterflies in a lot of my pieces. I also like ladybugs. I hide those in my paintings too. I think it's just something that's very, it's all about, and butterflies are about rebirth too.
Right.
And reinventing, and so even through all of this, I've always had, even when I was having those struggles, I had hope that I was going to push through and become,
Right. And that monarch butterfly is essentially the same pattern that you see in nature. I mean, you replicated it. Yeah, your attention to detail is amazing.
Thank you.
And also, down in front of the table is your self-portrait.
Yes, that one. Yeah, Lost in Thought. I had a lot of fun with that one. There's like the shawl. I actually crocheted that shawl. But I painted it with a toothpick sideways so that it would have texture on there, so I could get all of those little lines and all of that detail in there. And then the oleander in the background is another one of my paintings that I kind of repainted.
I love the composition. It goes from right to left. It's black and white and red. And then there's you with your very dark, almost black hair, and the white, is it a shawl? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then we again see the red and the black and the white. It's a pillow on a sofa?
Yep.
All right. And then in the flower, again, it's black and white. It's just, I think it's perfect composition.
Thank you.
Now, can you remember what you were feeling at the time you did that? Is that fairly recent or not?
It's from a few years back. It was, the same kind of just, lost in thought, like, where do I go? What am I,
Okay, all right. Wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know at the time which path my life was going to take.
Right. But you do now. You have.
I think I do.
Right.
I think I got a pretty good hold on it.
Good. Now, I want to mention the Chaffee. I want to talk about your huge painting that is over the fireplace at the Chaffee. But the Chaffee has continuing shows.
Yes.
We are meeting on, it is April 29th, and there's a miniature show which will continue until sometime in May. I don't really remember when. But there are always shows at the Chaffee.
Yes.
And they're worth going to.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, I love all of our local artists and artisans, and I get so excited when we have a new opening.
Right. You go to Artery every Friday. What is Artery?
Artery is a class at the Chaffee, and it's 10 to 12 on Fridays, and you can go for free and bring your own supplies, or you can go and they can, and you can purchase supplies there or rent, supplies there if you don't have them.
And there are artists who show up on a regular basis?
There are, yep.
How many essentially are there?
Yeah, it varies. Okay. There's a core group of, like 4 or 5 of us that are pretty much always there, but then, others come in and, wander in and come for a little bit or not. And it's a lot of fun, though. It's really wonderful to have that community that we can help each other and support each other.
And maybe I should
do therapy.
That. Maybe I should do that. So,
and
you can ask advice. You can say, what do you think?
Yes.
Do I do yellow or red here?
One of the artists in there helped me through issue I was struggling with on my current painting. So it's wonderful to have, that feedback.
Right. All right. In addition, there's sip and dip. That's painting a particular subject and the materials are provided. There are summer camps, sketching, cartooning, nature, stories, musical theater, clay, collage, prints. I mean, amazing. Yeah. Amazing the number of different
large
summer camps that are there available for kids. There are classes for adults as well. There's a ukulele group that meets every week. Bone Builders, I think, meets twice a week. That's exercise.
Yep.
And then there's Art in the Park. Yeah. Have you ever been a part of Art in the Park?
I volunteer every year.
Yeah, I do too. Right.
Probably for like the last 7 or 8 years.
Right. Mm-hmm. And this year, 2026, it is August 8th and 9th, and it's October 10th and 11th. So it's August and October. And if you want to volunteer, get in touch with Sherry at the Chaffee, chaffeeartscenter.org. I think anything else that you can think of that you want to say about the Chaffee?
I'm grateful to the Chaffee and Sherry for recognizing and giving me that first chance.
Right.
Right. All those years ago.
How many years ago?
At least 6 or 7 now.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because I've seen your work up.
Yeah.
More than once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you pretty much take something in for every show?
Not every show, but most of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because that's the reason I'm aware of who you are. All right. You have at the Chaffee now a very long, huge painting, and that's fairly recent, right?
Yep. That one's called Mind Graffiti. I finished that. I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before. Having health problems. It was one of those that it was after the beaded piece, and I was fighting my way back to trying to be healthy, and I wasn't able yet to hold my arm up and paint, regularly. So I bought myself an easel that can go horizontal, and so that
amazing.
Yep, that was my very first piece that I was able to paint, after being so ill, and I was, and that's where all the inspiration in it comes from, because it was reminding myself why I loved it.
How about the different symbols in there? Well, for instance,
a lot.
The lips. What are the lips?
The lips, the disembodied, because as a child, a teenager, I love to just sketch lips in my sketchbook and on the sides of my papers. And all of these things were reminders of how I became an artist.
All right.
And what inspired me throughout the years and what mattered.
The origami tulips.
The origami tulips. So my father broke his back when I was in high school, I believe. And in lieu of flowers, I made him a bouquet of origami tulips. And after he got out of the hospital, he took them to his office, and he had them there for years after.
Okay. Did you make origami tulips again, or did you do it from memory?
No,
I
I
mean,
actually
they're very-
made them and used them for,
right, all
for
right.
reference when I was painting
Okay,
it.
all
I
right.
still have them in my studio.
Okay, there's a palm tree. What's that about?
The palm tree, going back to being, like silly in cartoons, and if you look on it, there was, some stuff hidden in it. Oh, the palm tree, and the outline of it is from, I don't know if you remember, like back in the 90s, those spray painted, no, not spray painted, the airbrush shirts were
Okay.
like all the rage, and they would always do this, at least where I lived,
Right,
when
okay.
we go to Myrtle Beach, and they'd always do this like silhouette of a palm tree on one side, and then the sunset and whatever you wanted
Okay,
written
right.
in it. So that's just a throwback to that.
Okay,
And then,
all right. All right, then we have a pyramid. What is that about?
studying the ancient, Egyptians and stuff
Right.
in college, and just how. Just
At Savannah?
Yep. And,
As a
and
part
the-
of digital arts?
Oh, everybody that graduates from Savannah College of Art Design has a minor in art history. They really, really
That
stress
is
art history, and yes, it
Okay,
is
all right,
wonderful because
yeah.
then you really learn from that. It's,
Yeah.
it's so amazing.
Art over the centuries. That's
Yeah.
exciting. That's a new piece of information. The carrot.
That was from a college. That was from a college assignment. It was for this upper and lowercase magazine that you could, if you designed something that was cute, and then submitted it, you could win a year's subscription. And so I did mine. It was a carrot and a stick, and I was riding the donkey and holding a carrot in front.
All right, then we have a hand holding grapes.
The handhold. Yep, that was from another assignment that I had done, I think, in high school. And the assignment was that we had to draw a bunch of hands all doing something and somehow intertwine it. So I had done all of these grapevines, and then I had one holding grapes and another
Okay.
one squeezing grapes, and so it was all.
So again, did you buy some grapes so that you could get them the
did.
way you wanted?
I did. I bought grapes. That's my hand in there.
All right, that's what I figured. All right, then we have some tiny little flamingos
Yes.
down in the lower right.
Yes, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look at it. There was one where I drew 5 because it was me and my kids.
Okay,
So
all
there's
right.
little things like that, and
Okay.
or maybe I got silly and I drew a dinosaur in with the chickens because
Oh, there are chickens.
there's chickens running with a
Yes,
T-Rex.
right.
Yes.
Now that you mention it, I remember. All right, then there's a tree. A deciduous tree.
Yes, and so the right hand and the upper right, that scenery is inspired because I jokingly call myself a Bob Ross graduate because I've never had a painting class. So everything is either self-taught or what I've seen other people do and tried to replicate. So that was kind of to draw from that inspiration.
You've never taken a painting class?
No.
I find that so hard to believe.
I've taken drawing classes.
All right, and in the drawing classes, you had to perhaps, did you use pastels, for instance? So that you had to
we would
manipulate color?
Yes,
Okay.
and colored pencil, pastels, and I
right.
did do some watercolor, but
Okay.
oil was a new medium to me.
Okay. You are astonishing, you really are. Well, I think that your life story and all of these works of art show that you are indeed a practicing artist. And I'm so glad you decided to be on the show.
Well, thank you so much for
You're
having
welcome.
me. It's been wonderful.
I
Good to talk
agree.
to you.
And thank you so much for watching.